When you think of the most iconic IPL defenses, probably the greatest defense that comes to your mind is the IPL Final 2019, where Mumbai Indians and Lasith Malinga pulled a literal miracle. But what if I told you that DC almost pulled off the greatest IPL defense in the IPL history? And remember the keyword almost. So now let's take a look back at DC versus KKR IPL 2021 Qualifier 2. This is WCA. Cue the intro.
With no name by the barest of margins.
Kohli goes down the ground. Kohli goes out of the ground.
Dhoni finishes off in style.
I do not believe what I've just seen.
So let's take a step back and first look at how both KKR and DC got here in the first place. As IPL 2021 and KKR had a horrible start, winning only 2 out of their 7 games in their first half. But once IPL moved to UAE due to COVID crisis, the fortune turned for them in the right time. With the inclusion of Venkatesh Iyer in the opening spot alongside Shubman Gill, KKR cruised to 5 wins in their last 7 games. And their last 2 wins coming in clutch as they won against SRH in the second last ball and defeating Rajasthan Royals by 86 runs to edge over Mumbai Indians in the run rate and secure the 4th spot. But for DC, it was quite the opposite. DC won 8 out of their first 10 matches and secured the number 1 spot to playoffs. So KKR was the rags to riches story while DC was raised with the silver spoon. And now it's time for playoffs. DC faced off against CSK and know that DC had defeated CSK in the previous 4 meetings consecutively. So DC were the clear favorites going into this game. And with their newfound confidence, they batted first and posted a decent total of 172 for 5. But the bad news is they are not playing against CSK. No. It wasn't just CSK. It was playoffs CSK. And somehow, some way, with a guy who has been out of form the entire year, turning back the clock in the last 2 overs, DC was defeated. And now for Kolkata Knight Riders. They were in a much tougher spot than DC. Since DC finished top 2, they still had a chance in Qualifier 2, but not for KKR. It was the eliminator against RCB. So if they lose this match, they are pretty much eliminated. Going into this match, RCB won the toss and decided to have a bat first. Keep in mind, this was Virat Kohli's last season as a full-time IPL captain, and we didn't know it at the time, but this was also the last season for AB de Villiers. So a lot of things were at stake for both RCB and KKR, and out came the RCB openers. They got off to a pretty decent start with Virat Kohli doing most of the damage. The first wicket fell for 49 for 1 at 5.1 overs. But after this wicket, it was all going to go downhill for RCB. As the second wicket fell for just a mere 20-run stand, and Kohli soon followed at 88 for 3. And even ABD couldn't save RCB this time and got out for just level runs. RCB were bundled for 138 for 7 at the end of 20 overs. It seemed that RCB may have chosen the wrong decision to bat first, but the bowling unit stepped up. Even though they got their first wicket pretty late in the game at 41 for 1, they soon took the second wicket of Rahul Tripathi at 53 for 2. And KKR just seemed to have reeled down a bit at 79 for 3 at the end of level overs. But out came Dan Christian to bowl to Sunil Narine. And Narine went berserk, scoring 22 runs off his over. And once again, KKR was back into the game. And fast forward a little bit, now KKR just needed 15 runs of the last 18 deliveries. Mohammad Siraj pulled off an absolute miracle of an over, picking up 2 wickets and just giving away 3 runs. It slowed the run rate down a bit, and now RCB needed to defend 12 runs of 12 deliveries. And out came George Garden, who only gave 5 of his over, and now KKR needed 7 runs of the last over. And who is the bowler? It's Dan Christian, the guy who gave away 22 runs in his first over, now has a chance to redeem himself as he takes his run up, going to defend 7 runs in the final over of an IPL eliminator. The first ball is 4. Yeah, cricket is a cruel game. And after that first ball 4, KKR pretty much closed the game with just singles, continuing RCB's quest for their first ever IPL trophy. So coming into this match, it was a do or die for both DC and KKR. And now we get to the part where DC were inches away from creating history. Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss and decided to bowl first. And they did a good job by restricting DC to just 135 runs in the 20 overs, with Varun Chakravarti picking up 2 wickets. Now Kolkata Knight Riders needed just 136 runs to play against CSK in the final. And out came Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer. And it was pretty much over. Both the young openers batted beautifully, where the team score was 96 for none in 12.1 overs. They just needed 40 of the next 47 deliveries. This match was already a dead rubber. But DC picked up their first wicket with Venkatesh Iyer going out for the well-made 55 runs, and out came Nitish Rana. And you may think after the first wicket fell, the wicket just fell continuously after this. But no. KKR was 123 for 1 in 15.5 overs. They just needed 13 runs of the next 25 deliveries with 9 wickets in hand. Now, before we click off the video and report me for clickbait, this is the part where the real match begins. Nitish Rana falls at the end of the 15th over, and Kolkata Knight Riders were now 123 for 2. Still very easy to chase, and a strategic timeout took place. And I don't know what Ricky Ponting may have told the DC bowlers, but they just became prime Dale Steyn for some reason. At the start of the 16th over, after a couple of strike rotation, Shubman Gill fell victim to Avesh Khan with a very questionable performance. And out came Dinesh Karthik. They still needed just level of the next 20 deliveries with 7 wickets still in hand. And Rabada came to bowl the 18th over. And wow, this may just be the greatest over in IPL history. 4 dot balls in a row, a single at the 5th delivery, and Dinesh Karthik falls victim to Rabada via an inside edge. And KKR still needed 10 runs of 2 overs with 6 wickets in hand. And out came Ian Morgan to face Anrich Nortje. And I kid you not, he only gives away 3 runs and picks up the wicket of Ian Morgan, the Kolkata Knight Riders captain, in the last ball of his spell. I love cricket, man. And now 7 runs were required of the 6 deliveries. It is also noted that the pitch favored the fast bowlers more than the spinners. So Rishabh Pant had 2 options now. He can either give the ball to Marcus Stoinis, who is a part-time fast bowler, or Ravichandran Ashwin, one of the greatest of the game. Rishabh Pant made the logical decision to give the ball to Ravichandran Ashwin, who in the first ball gives away a single and a dot in the next delivery. So Kolkata Knight Riders needed 6 runs of 4 balls now, and the very next ball, flat as a wooden block, straight to the pads, and LBW. Shakib Al Hasan is gone, and Kolkata needed 6 runs of the 3 deliveries. And I just want to remind you that Kolkata needed 13 runs of just 25 deliveries about 3.3 overs ago. 13 of 25 to 6 of 3 in matter of 3.3 overs is absolutely diabolical. Out comes Sunil Narayan, and Ravichandran Ashwin tosses it up. It goes miles and miles in the air and taken. Akshay Patel makes no damn mistake. So the equation now is 6 runs of 2 deliveries. KKR's dressing room is the nervous they ever been throughout the entire match. And due to Narayan and Tripathi having crossed the crease in the previous delivery, Rahul Tripathi had the strike. 19.5. 6 runs required of 2 deliveries. Ravichandran Ashwin with the ball, Rahul Tripathi with the bat, and Ravichandran Ashwin bowls it offside and in a sort of a good length ball. Rahul Tripathi times it horribly. His shape is all messed up, and the ball goes miles and miles in the air, and boom, it disappears into the stands for a 6. What a match, what a game, what a moment. This is IPL at its peak, and though KKR went on to lose the IPL final in the following day, we could have only imagined what would have happened if Tripathi didn't hit that 6. Well, I guess we could only imagine that forever, huh? This is WCA. See ya.